If you look around, you will notice an overwhelming amount of noise. Between the relentless ping of notifications, the endless scroll of digital feeds, and the sheer volume of daily obligations, our attention is constantly being fractured into 1,000 different directions. In Hindi, there is a specific word for this state of constant mental drift. It's called patakna, which translates to straying, wandering, or losing your way. Today, this inability to stay locked on to a single target is a defining psychological struggle of our generation. But an excerpt from the text The Eternal Path of Ram offers a specific structural response to this modern crisis. The text lays out a specific promise: Jo Ram ko samajh gaya, wo kabhi patakna nahi. Whoever truly understands the concept of Ram never strays. If we take this ancient premise seriously, mastering this single concept becomes an essential survival mechanism for maintaining focus in an increasingly distracted world. Usually, when people hear the word Ram, they immediately think of a historical figure, a deity, or a name meant to be chanted in prayer. The text defines Ram as an active methodology, ek jeene ka tareeka hai. It is a system for existence. This diagram illustrates what that system actually looks like. The central concept breaks down into a cognitive defense built on 3 distinct pillars. To effectively stop the wandering mind, an individual has to execute all 3 of these pillars at the exact same time. By viewing this ancient idea as an active methodology, we turn distant philosophy into a set of immediate functional protocols. The first pillar is right path pechalna, or walking the right path. This requires establishing an intentional, moral, and practical baseline for how you operate. This split-screen diagram shows the difference between movement and progress. On the left, we see chaotic movement, momentum without direction. On the right, we have a clear trajectory. Without defining your right path, any energy you expend is aimless wandering. Once you have your baseline, you need the second pillar, har moment mein aware rehna, staying aware in every single moment. Looking back at our straight trajectory, we see this hyper-awareness functioning as a psychological radar system. It constantly scans and maps internal urges and external distractions that threaten to pull you off your chosen vector. Setting a clear direction with your compass serves no purpose unless you also have the real-time radar required to navigate the obstacles standing in your way. That brings us to the third and final pillar, khud par control rakhna, maintaining self-control. Spotting an incoming threat on your radar doesn't help if you lack the agency to do something about it. Self-control provides the structural rigidity required for bracing for the impact, keeping you locked on your path when an inevitable distraction hits. The text grounds this idea by stating, running holya life, whether it is running or life. When an endurance athlete hits the wall of physical exhaustion, they rely entirely on these 3 pillars to keep their feet moving against harsh terrain. That exact same mental architecture applies when you zoom out to the macro level. You need these 3 pillars to navigate difficult career choices, complex moral dilemmas, and the daily grind of modern anxieties. The strict discipline an athlete uses to survive a physical marathon translates directly into the psychological endurance required to survive the marathon of human existence. When you align a clear direction, hyper-awareness, and strict self-control, they fire simultaneously in the brain. The result is a state of flow where distraction essentially becomes impossible. Achieving this deeply anchored, distraction-proof state is the true meaning behind the text's final line, Yahi hai asli Ram. This is the real Ram. It invites you to stop treating this philosophy as an act of passive historical memorization. Instead, it demands to be used as a rigorous, daily psychological practice. By executing path, presence, and control, you arrive at the right direction, and you become completely unshakable upon it.